Today I wanted to show you another method. It is, I guess, what I would consider the reverse ruffle. The last time I made the ruffle wreath, I got to thinking that maybe there was an easier way to do it. So I have been trying to do it that way, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I would show you. So I actually have an order for an Alabama wreath, so that's what I'm going to be working with today. I have black 10-inch 10-yard mesh, and I have the kind of burgundy color 10-inch 10-yard. And then I have a black wreath. So, usually when I do these wreaths with the ruffles, what I do is I do 3 ruffles on the bottom and 2 ruffles on the top. So I was thinking, okay, well, so that's 3 cuts on the bottom and 2 cuts on the top. I was thinking, I wonder if I just did the same number of yardage and put it here and here, if that would work. So I tried it. I thought it looked really great. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So instead of making 10-inch cuts, you're going to make 30-inch cuts for the bottom and 20-inch cuts for the top. So let's get these opened up. And so on the bottom we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need to do 10 of those. And on the top, I believe there's 8. And so we need to do 8 of those. So I'm just going to show you a few. Let this drop off. Okay. And you know I like to stack my deco mesh on top of each other just because it's just a lot faster to cut 2 at one time. So, here we go. I am doing this a tad backwards, but it's just so that I can make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut a clean edge on this. I just like to start out with a clean edge because it just makes measuring a lot easier. So I'm going to go to the 30. I'm going to set my water on this. And then I'm going to go down to the 1. So that's a 30-inch. So I'm going to do 10 of those. I'm only going to show you a few. I'm not going to make you wait until I do 10 of those. But we'll do 2. And I'll go to the 30. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 of these. And I'm going to show you the 20. Okay. So I'm really hoping to do this with 2 rolls, because that's what I have. I really think I'll be able to do it with 2. Okay. So this is the 20. And then I'll do 1 more of the 20. Okay. And then I will work on getting the rest of these cut, and I'll come back. Okay. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so I've gotten all these cut, and it occurred to me that I didn't tell you this exactly right. I mean, I did, but it was a little confusing. So 2 of these together would make 1 cut. So you would need to make 5 cuts like this with the 30-inch and 4 cuts like this with the 20-inch. So that gets you your correct number, because what I'm going to do is alternate these colors. So I'll move these back. Okay. Well, make sure I'm putting them in the right pile. Okay. So that's my 20-inch. I'm putting these in piles so that I know which one is which. Okay, this is my 30-inch. Okay. So now that I've got all the cuts made, I'll show you what we're going to do. When I'm doing these ruffles, I generally like to start on the outer layer. Now you don't have to do it that way. You can start on the inner layer. But I'm just going to start on the outer. So I'm just going to open these up. Make sure that there's no spots on the bottom that could scratch anything. Nope. That's just because you don't want to scratch your door. Okay. Oh, there's one. Just kind of move this one around to the front. Okay. Alright, those are all okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these. And generally, I will roll it on the side where the, I'll move these out. Okay, on the side that it rolls down. Now you can do it either way. You can do it this way or you can do it the other way. But right now I'm going to do it this way. So I'm just going to do just like I do a regular ruffle. I'm just going to run right up through the middle like this. It does take a few minutes longer, but that's okay. Really at the end it takes about the same amount of time, I think. Okay, so there's one, and that's what it looks like. So you can put it in like this. That's what I would be considering a reverse ruffle, so that the ruffle is going up, or you can do it down like this. And today I think I'm going to just go down. So I'm just going to hold this here and tie it in one good time. I'm not going to tie it in multiple times because I'll be going back through it. See how cute that looks? Okay, so we're going to do the black next. Move it over here so you can see. Okay, so do the same thing. Just walk your fingers up through the middle. I really like doing it this way because if you're only making a few cuts instead of a whole lot of cuts, then you just have a less chance for the mesh to fray. Because the more cuts you make, the more it frays. Okay, so I'm going to go down in the next one and tie it down one good time, like that. Then I will get my next bundle. Whoop. Okay, I'm going to go back to the burgundy. This. I tell you, if you have trouble with it, you can kind of slide it over the edge of a table, and that kind of helps hold it. That's just kind of what works for me. Especially when you get to the end of these rolls, they can be pretty curly. Okay. Just keep going up the middle like that. There we go. And this one's got a loose string, so I'm just going to cut that off. And I don't have to cut it off later. There we go. Whoop, there we go. Alright. So I'll just go into this next one and Put this one down. There we go. Like that. Okay, so I'll just keep going all the way around doing the same thing. And then I'll come back and we'll put the top together. Okay, so you can see I got them all in there. And one thing I like to do is just kind of go back and make sure they're both standing up like this. Because when you're putting them in, one side can get pushed down. You want them both to be showing like that, or else the fullness won't cover the wire. Okay, there we go, that looks good. Okay, now I will start on the top. Alright, so I want to, when I start on the top, I want to start, see, like this has black, so I want to put a burgundy here. So I'll start with my burgundy. There we go. I'll just put it down here. Down one time. Make sure all these are out. Okay. There we go. Alright, now we'll get started on the next one. So we're just doing the same thing. Just walk our fingers up through the middle. There we go. Now I'll go on to the next one. Make sure these two are standing up. There we go. And I'll just keep doing that all the way around. And then when I come back, we'll start decorating. Okay, so I've gotten all of them put on. I just love how this looks. It just looks very, I don't know, full, pretty, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to put that aside because it is time to cut some ribbons. And I have to have my handy tool I made. Okay, so I like to cut my ribbons 12 inches. And so I made this little tool. It's just a piece of cardboard cut 6 inches that I covered with duct tape. So I use this to do my ribbons. It just makes it a lot faster. So all I do is take my ribbon, put it at the top, and twist it around. Like this. I also notched it at the top because I have been known to not pay attention and forget where the top is. So I notched it. You just cut it when you get back to the top. Slip your scissors under and cut. So see that quickly? I made 3 ribbon. Then I'm just going to fold it over and cut it at an angle with a little dovetail. Okay. So I have all kinds of cute ribbon. I like to use several different varieties when I'm doing a wreath. I just find it kind of gives it more depth, interest. So we'll do this one more time. I'll just twist it around like that. cut it off. And I tell you, if you put the tape on it, it does make it really easy to slide your scissors in there. So you don't have to worry about that. So I just get that at an angle. And this one. So I am going to go through and finish cutting my ribbon up. And then I'll come back and we will start putting the ribbon on. Okay, so I've gotten all my ribbon cut. And what I did is I just went through and kind of put them together so that it just makes it a little bit faster when I get to where I'm putting them on my wreath. Oh, we had one come loose. I must not have tied that down very tight. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, so all I'm going to do is just take my ribbon, put two together, fold it in the middle, and then just open my tie back up and put my ribbon down. And then I'm going to tie it 2 or 3 good times just to make sure it's tight. It's not going to come loose. And then I'll kind of play with my ribbons to get them to stand up like I want to. So I'll just keep going around. Putting my ribbons in. And you could do these ribbons together. I like to kind of pull them out, especially on the top. Kind of pull them out separate like that. I just think they look pretty that way. Okay. So I just keep going around. Spreading my ribbons out. And the great thing about working with the wired ribbon is you can kind of play with them to get them to stand up. Okay. So I'm going to keep going on this, on the top. And then as soon as I'm done with that, we'll work on the bottom. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I've gotten the top in. You see how I pulled my ribbons like this so that they kind of stand up? I just like the way that looks. So now I'll just do the same thing on the bottom. Although on the bottom I'm not going to spread them apart like that. I'm really going to just put them in there. Tighten it down. I'm going to actually have them going up and down like this because what it does is it will help hide any spots that you can see the frame. Because usually the spots that you can see on a wreath like this are this way. So this just kind of helps hide those little spots. And of course I will use the fact that it is wired to kind of make it the way I want it. So I'll just keep going around like this, opening my ties up, put my ribbon down, tie it good, and then fluff it up like that. So I'll keep doing this, and then when I come back in a minute, we will add in a few little embellishments. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gotten all the ribbon in. I think that looks so pretty. And one thing you can do if you see spots where the wreath is showing, just kind of go around and just kind of move your ruffles around, and that will take care of it. I've got some really cute things to put on it. Okay. So I've got a little football. I think I'm just going to put it like right up here. And this one has a little string on it, so I'm actually going to use that to tie that down. And then I will come back and add in some hot glue. I want to make sure I don't totally mess up my ribbon there. There we go. That's cute. I have a bigger football, and what I generally do with these is I will just hot glue them in right here at the top. And then I have the hat. You can't do an Alabama wreath without the hat. So I'll put the hat right up here somewhere, and I will just glue this down because there's no other way to attach this. Okay. So I won't put too many embellishments on here just because I really like the way that this wreath looks. It's so full. And this ribbon that I have is the houndstooth, and that of course is a huge thing for that team. But this is the finished wreath. I think it turned out really good. I hope you like this, and if you have any questions, let me know. But be sure to comment and like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.